this week's Tessa's Comic Book Corner. I'm here with Amanda.
Hi, Tessa.
Hey, girl. So last week you liked that what if so much that I picked out another what if for this week.
Is that the one today?
That's what we're talking about today.
I'm excited because, I didn't get to the comment. I didn't even go and look. But I was talking to Greg, and I was telling him about these what if things, and I was like, we really need to hit a comment because I want to start getting some of these. It sounded so interesting. So who is it today? Who is it?
So last time it was what if Flash Thompson became Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
This time it's what if Peter Parker became the Punisher.
What? Oh, I'm excited. Well, because hello, number one, Spider-Man is my favorite, Peter Parker. But I just started the Punisher series.
Oh, you did?
Episode of the Punisher on Netflix, the Netflix one. So, I'm excited to see this. He's
all right.
I don't think I ever appreciated it, the comics before of him and everything.
Oh, see, I love the Punisher.
Really? I never really got into it. I don't even know if I even tried to, I was just kind of like, eh. But watching Daredevil 2, Marvel, the Netflix series, I was like, this Punisher guy. So that's why I was kind of just starting the series on just him. So I'm getting into it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to hear about it.
All right. Well, so it starts the same way. He gets bit by a spider.
Yeah.
He gets these powers.
Okay.
He realizes that he says money's always been tight, but Uncle Ben and Aunt May are always stretching what they have for me. They're always making sure I have stuff. And they're the only people I care about because they're the only people who care about me. So then he makes money and he doesn't stop someone and that person kills Uncle Ben.
Okay, so that's the same. Unlike with Flash, right? Unlike with Flash.
What he does is he tracks down the guy while he's surrounded by the cops, goes in and kills him.
Well, because he's the Punisher.
And so, because he says, I'm not going to let anybody hurt my family anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm going to kill them, which is a step further than Peter Parker takes, right?
Yeah.
Peter Parker took responsibility as I can't let people die. Yeah. This Peter Parker is like, well, I'm not going to let anybody kill my family. I'll just kill you first, basically. I'll kill you, right? So J. Jonah Jameson, same sort of thing. Peter's still selling pictures to him. Okay. So he's still taking pictures of himself, but he's taking pictures of himself really beating up these villains. And now he hasn't killed any of them at the beginning. Okay. But he's realizing they keep coming back, and they're coming back stronger. And
well, he did kill the guy that killed Uncle Ben, right?
Yes, he killed him.
That's the only one. Okay.
Not like the Vulture and Green Goblin and stuff, right? Yeah. So J. Jonah has started calling him the punishing spider, and he just embraces that, okay? So then he's kind of, like I said, they're starting to come back at him with harder hits, and they're not caring, they're getting more and more upset. And he realizes my family might be in danger if anybody figures out who I am. And then Norman Osborn, Green Goblin, figures out who he is, which is something that happened in the comic books too, by the way. So they're saying when that moment happens, something switches, and he looks at his armor and he realizes, okay, well, Green Goblin, when he gets shot here, his armor explodes it outside. So that's how he doesn't get hurt. So he's realizing how he can kill these people. He's looking at them. So he goes back and he takes his web shooters and he turns them into, he just kills all of the Sinister Six. So he realizes a certain thing that will turn Sandman into glass so then he can shatter him. And he uses something that will overload Electro. So he's got all these different, he uses science behind it, but in his web shooters that will just kill these people, which is crazy. So then Norman Osborn, he gets amnesia with the fight, right? Which is something that happened in the comics. So he lets him go. And he's like, he's not going to remember who I am. No big deal. My family's not going to be in danger.
Take him out. We didn't take him out.
Yep. So he lets him live. And then Norman Osborn gets his memory back, which again is something that happens in the regular comic line, which is really cool. And
he kills Aunt May.
What?
Then he kills Aunt May.
No. So listen. No. That would be crazy, though.
I know.
But what he does do is at this point, Peter Parker is dating Gwen Stacy.
Okay.
Norman Osborn takes Gwen, right? Very iconic thing. He's up at the top of the bridge and he says, listen, you need to die like, I'm going to throw her off the bridge if you don't kill yourself. Like, you can kill yourself and there's no way you're going to be able to save her anyway. So I'm going to throw, you know, type of thing. So he doesn't. So what he does is he's like, okay, I haven't tested these. I hope it works. Whatever he was doing to try to hurt Green Goblin, his armor, right? He just has to shoot the same place like a whole bunch of times. Whatever, it works. He kills Norman Osborn. But Norman drops Gwen. Now, if you know, and you know from the movies, because it happens in the movies, when he stops her and catches her, what happens to her?
She
breaks her neck.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? So with this one, she does it. He like stops her and she gets knocked out, but he's right there and he gives her CPR and she comes back. And he decides to quit being Spider-Man, right? Or Punisher.
Yeah.
And he says, if she'll have me, I want to marry her. Okay. So she's in the hospital and they leave together. He takes his suit and he throws it in the trash. And all throughout the comic, you're seeing news reports of like a different robberies and things that are going on. Well, they talk about a fight that happened in, where do you think it happened? Just think. Happened in Central Square. And an entire family they suspect is killed. But they can't find the body of the father. The Castle family. So guess who finds his suit at the end?
Frank Castle.
Frank Castle.
Oh, no.
Isn't it great?
Brings it back to the Punisher becoming Spider-Man, like the opposite.
Yes. It's pretty cool.
They're going to have to do the next one as that, right?
So it says the end with the question mark.
I feel like that wasn't a bad one, like if Spider-Man became the Punisher.
I mean, it's not, he killed villains, right? So, and he said the first time he killed someone, like he had nightmares and stuff like that, because that's not him, you know?
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's very similar, and it's just, I mean, geez, he just killed the villains.
You're like, just the villains? I mean, hello.
He made the world a better place, I'm just saying.
I don't miss him. Well, but
so that was my favorite one.
Was kind of like his friends, or right from the movie, right? The Green Goblin, he was kind of his friend at one point.
Well, that's Harry Osborn, which he is roommates in here.
Yeah.
In this one, they mentioned him.
Right. Well, from the movies, I'm thinking the Green Goblin was like that Harry's dad, right?
Right. Yep.
Okay. So
Norman Osborn.
Yeah. I get that all confused. Norman. So he killed him.
Yeah, and his friend was like, "Oh, Spider-Man killed him." Like, the same sort of thing. Like, I'm gonna go after him, whatever. But he's not Spider-Man anymore, or Punisher, I guess technically. So it doesn't really, it's not gonna ruin his friendship with him.
Sounds like the happily ever after for Spider-Man.
For Peter, I think it is like a happily ever after for him.
For Peter, like that's not a bad one.
I know.
I kind of wish that.
You wish it for him. He's gonna go up and marry Gwen Stacy and be super happy.
He deserves a happily ever after.
He does. That poor Peter. He does. Right? I agree.
Now I want to what if it.
Good one. But there were some other great ones this week. We're not going to get too much into them, but I want to tell you, Shatterstar #1. Like, I love Shatterstar. If you know nothing about him, you need to look him up. He's amazing. He's so good. I hope we see him soon. And to kind of go along with him, one of his major villains, the X-Men Black villain series is coming out. And we got Mojo.
That's Jabba the Hutt. Who is that?
It's Mojo. And if you don't know anything about the Mojo verse, you need to start reading.
Really?
Mojo. Yeah, he's actually a major villain of Daredevil also.
I never heard of this Mojo.
So Mojo it's Longshot. He's, how do I put it? He has this world that it's like reality TV. Like he captures heroes and villains and stuff and sticks them in this thing so that he can watch TV all the time.
And eat snacks, apparently.
And eat a lot of snacks. But that's a good one. And we got some more Infinity War stuff. So you definitely want to check that stuff out.
Of course, you got to get that.
One thing I'm a little upset about, you know how I feel about my water heroes. Not a fan.
Okay.
So the new Avengers, they're bringing Namor in. We'll see. I haven't read it yet. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it, but I want to know what you found.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That brings it to my vault. And this week I picked out a special one for you, Tessa.
Is it Aquaman? Look at that lame costume.
This is orange. School. Is this not old school Aquaman?
That's old school.
So old school. This is issue 21. Like, this is from the 60s right here, which I didn't pick up. But I always I don't remember where I got this from. Maybe my dad, because my dad, that's how I got into comic books. My dad was and he has a whole big chest, and I'm like, I'm getting those. That's passing on to me, right? But this, you know what's funny? I went into my vault.
Mm-hmm.
This was the first one I grabbed. First thing I grabbed, I was like, well, that just,
yeah, it's perfect timing.
That is perfect timing.
But I got a question for you, Amanda. Was it good?
No. Wasn't good. First, I was like, oh, I'm glad he don't look like this anymore.
Yeah, where's Jason Momoa?
What's up with his eyes? What happened to is that does he have sea eyes? They're going like this. He looks like a fish, does he not?
He does.
He has that fish look. And your favorite costume, right?
So ugly.
It's ugly here, but did that not look good on Jason Momoa?
I mean, Jason Momoa looks good on anything.
So that's what I'm saying. It looked good on Jason Momoa, but not that. And then I don't even remember some Aqualad. Did you remember Aqualad?
I know Aqualad. He's quite the
looking just as bad as him, as Aquaman, in that little outfit. I don't know that little outfit. And they got Mira. Look at Mira. I wasn't even mad Mira here. I was like, you can take that Aquaman, Mira.
Have him.
Take that Aquaman. And it kind of starts off, I guess they had maybe just got together or just got married, because he's already kind of henpecked there. He's holding the yarn right there for Mira. And then,
oh yeah, that's so nice of him.
Aqualad was right here making fun of him, being like that. So, and then Aquaman got mad and just started. He was like, "Look, he booted him right in the butt." I was like, "Oh, hardcore stuff." This Aquaman comic.
I know.
And then he went to the to see the professor, right? And then he had some kind of growth thing. So he had this growth serum stuff the professor was working on, and they were growing plants. But then, look, there's who are those? These things started coming out the water, fighting them, killed the professor. But yeah, killed the professor. Died. I was like, they're gonna kill him off just that easy. Look, right where you go. Right there, you see his feet. You see his feet, right? Kills him. He checks his pulse, dead. So I'm like, all right, they don't care nothing about Professor. Then Aquaman got that gross stuff on him. The gross stuff on him.
Oh boy, he's so big.
Got the gross stuff. Then he was just like, well, look, shot out the building. Then now he's gonna go take a swim. Causing all kind of waves and dysfunction in the water ecosystem. I think
you would know better than that.
You should know better than this, Aquaman.
I know.
In the ecosystem, the water ecosystem with that. Then, you know what? I do like though Mira's costume. I was gonna say, she's cute.
Yeah, I like that.
They should have her dressed as that than that other costume. But yeah. Then look, squids are attacking them. These ships are following him. He goes and wants to protect
a lot for one comic book.
Right? He wants to protect Atlantis because all this stuff's coming. He picks it up and hides it. But he's dumb. They were watching and saw right when he hid and went after it right then.
Of course.
Right after he left, just waited for him. I'm like, obviously his brain didn't grow with this serum. All right. Then he's gonna come. So he's fighting these things again. Are those? What is? I don't know what these things are called. Are those robo things that they were saying? Remember? trailer. I don't know. I don't think it said a name. Then this is when it lost me because I was like, what's going on? Like I start zoning out. I'll start zoning out and I'll miss stuff. So, somehow he shrunk. Look at that. There's Aqualad. Somehow he shrunk. I'm like, now he shrunk. When did this happen? I missed it. Right? And I was reading it, but my mind zoned off. So he shrunk and they're trying to save it. He saved Atlanta somehow because look at the end. He's back normal size with her. And
you can get Silly Putty.
Where's Silly Putty? Oh, hey, so I noticed, and I know that's why I said it's been a while since I had a comic. Talk about like the ads in here with it. Do they have that kind of, not even like they have ads for the other, look, Rocky and Bullwinkle even, like they're shouting out those kind of older comics. Like, or
got stuff like that in the comics. I mean, it's usually just the like cover and saying like coming soon is this one. And that's how you know like, oh, they're going to do a new series. I want to put that on my pull list. And then I'll email my comic shop and say, add this to my list. But.
So, yeah, I mean, it started off good. It was I thought this one started off good. I was like, oh, look at him. He's kicking. He's putting Aqualad up in his place when Aqualad wanted to say some stuff, and then the professor died. So I was into it then. I was like, oh, the professor dies and blah, blah. And then just the whole thing, he's going to get in the water and all these creatures start attacking him. I was just like, nah.
Yeah. I told you, Aquaman's a little bit lame. I'm just saying.
I mean, it could be cool, but I think maybe, do you think what makes it lame is part of the villains?
He does not have good villains. I agree.
Which I think maybe that's what like is hurting the series. I'm like, because I think these villains, like, look at these things, a giant squid in this.
I know.
You don't have to have like water creatures always as villains for Aquaman, right? Like, they just are kind of lame and nobody remembers their name. I think that's kind of what hurts Aquaman, like the whole series.
And the costume doesn't help.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew that was going to be the next thing to say. I knew it.
Oh, it looks like a little kid drew it. Who picks those colors to go together?
Yeah, you could at least, like, they don't even put an A on it, but on the belt.
That's the thing. It's too simple. I don't know.
I think you're right. I think it's too simple. I think, look, even Aqualad has a little bit better. Like his is a little,
like Aqualad is fancy.
He is. But that's what his is even a little better. But maybe the costume is a little hurting it. But I think it's the villains that hurts this series for real. For real. They're not as cool. They're not cool villains.
They're not cool villains. I agree.
Villains.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what you pick out next week. And I can't wait to share more with you. Hopefully there's another what if we can talk about. And
I'm addicted to these what ifs.
Good. Maybe I should pull out an old one. I have a lot. So we'll see. We'll see what I do. We'll see. All right. Well, I know we got great.
Tessa, I hope it turns you around a little bit. I hope it turns you around.
We'll see. That wonky eye is a little off-putting.
Crazy eye.
Well, we've got tons more in this show. So let's get back to it and check out what everyone else is up to.